today's video, we'll be reviewing Autoclips. Autoclips is an AI video content generator similar to tools like Vadu AI, VideoTalk, and Realcraft. Many of these AI video generators have been popping up recently, so what makes Autoclips stand out from the others? Autoclips actually produces videos that are highly engaging, almost to the point that they look like they were produced in a powerful editing software. You can add motion, multiple images per scene, character consistency, animations, and loads more good stuff. But like many of these AI video generators, Autoclips is not perfect and has room for improvement. So let me show you how Autoclips works and why you should consider it if you're a video creator for short form content. So when you first buy Autoclips and you sign up, you'll be greeted with this dashboard. From here, you'll be able to create your video by entering a topic or a script. In this text box, it gives you an example and you can add in anything you want. There is no limit on the amount of character you can add or words. You can also choose from a variety of languages. And just below that, it has your most recent videos, and I'll show you some demonstrations in a bit. Let's first talk about the user interface. It's a very simple user interface, which is good, and it's very easy to navigate to the areas that you want to go to. So on the left here, you have a sidebar, and it's got your profile at the top. Then you have dashboard, which takes you to this screen. And if you go to videos, you can see all the videos that you generated, and it just looks very professional. And when you hover over a video, you can see the title, the date appears, and then you can also view the details of the video. And on the right here, you can see when the video was created, the ID, the title, the description, the hashtags, and the tags, and these are all generated by AI after you've created the video, which is you can also edit the video or delete the video. And on the left here as well, we've got credits. Now, Autoclips, like many other AI video generators, uses a credit-based system, and when you create a video, it takes into consideration a few factors which can ultimately lead to how many credits are used per video. And when I show you how to create a video, I'll show you how that will appear. So it tells you how many credits you have remaining and how many I had originally, which was 3,200. And you can get a rough idea of how much it costs to generate a video. And it can be quite costly, but when you think about all the resources it needs to generate an AI video, you can understand why it costs so much. But fear not, if you do run out of credits, you can just click buy credits, and it's very easy to buy additional credits. So they call them credit packages. And for $10, you get 1,000, and 20, it's 2,000, etc., etc. And you can buy one at first, and then you can buy another, say if you wanted 3,000 credits. So that's a good way of sustaining Autoclips in the future. Also, Autoclips has a refer and earn, which is an affiliate program. You can chat with them in the chat bubble on the right here. And they have a Discord channel, which I am a part of, and it is active, so that's really good. And if I go to settings, this is for Dream Studio, which is stable diffusion. And because I got the early bird offer for Autoclips, I have this version 1, which is cheaper to run, but the output isn't as good as version 2, or I think the new version 3, which is either being released very soon or has been released. Okay, so first of all, throughout this video, we're going to create up to 3 clips, and I'm going to show you some of the different features so you can see the output of what the video will look like. Okay, I'm just over at ChatGPT, my good friend who's going to create a video script for us. And it's going to be about a man who starts out from nothing. He tries to make a name for himself and become an entrepreneur. I've also asked that the ending links into the beginning of the video seamlessly, so it looks like the viewer doesn't even notice that the beginning of the video has started, because that could be quite effective. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so here's our script, and it's given us a fairly long one. I'm just going to copy that and paste it in here. If you want to make the text box bigger, you just drag this bit down here. And you can also add in here things like make the video no longer than 50 seconds. And that will inform the AI to create a video that's fairly long. It doesn't always work, but it's worth putting it in just in case. So the more info you give to the AI, the better the output. Once you've added your script, you just go to next. And now there are a few options here. So the first one you come across is you get to choose a voice. So you have a couple of options here. You can choose 11 Labs, which is very popular, or Azure Voices. For 11 Labs, you can actually preview the voices. So let's go through a couple.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
And then we will try the guy out.
Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating.
And these are all very crystal clear. I'm quite impressed by the output of the narrator here. One of my favorites is Marcus, authoritative and deep.
Let us always meet each other with smile, for the smile is the...
He sounds quite epic, so we'll go with him. And for Azure voices, you can't actually preview the sound of the narrator. I'm not quite sure why, but they need to probably delete that as an option because it looks like you can preview it. So let's go down, and once you've selected your narrator, you go to next. And then here you can choose your background music. So they have some popular ones from platforms like TikTok. I quite like Blade Runner, so we'll go with that. And you can also upload your custom music, and you can actually choose the track name, or you could type in what you want the track name to be. You can upload up to 10 megabytes. It doesn't say what file you can choose, but I'm guessing the MP3 format would be the best. And then once you're done, you go to next. One of my favorite features from Autoclips is the style, and they have a selection of styles that you can choose from for your video. I really like anime, but for this one, I'm going to do something a bit more realistic. We'll go with 4K realistic and see what kind of output we get. Here we have a few more advanced options, and by default these are the ones that it has selected, but you can go in and toggle these off if required. So the first one is V2 processing, which is version 2, and that is the best one they have right now, and that will give you better resolution and images and motion graphics and all of that good stuff. You can also toggle motion graphics on or off, and underneath that it says you can add dynamic motion graphics to your video. And this basically means that your videos will bounce around quite a lot. They'll be quite engaging, but sometimes they're a bit heavy on the eye, and I'll leave that on so you can see what that looks like. Next up we have narration volume, which is nice. So that's in decibels. Sometimes you don't want the narrator to be too loud because it can overpower the video, so I'll turn it down slightly. You also have the background music. You don't want that to overpower the narrator, so that's always recommended to be lower. And then next up we got high quality images. It's probably best to have this on because low quality images will ruin your video. Character consistency is much needed if you have a human in your video, such as mine. I have an entrepreneur man, so if I click there, you can reference an image, and it needs to be in PNG, JPEG, or WebP, max of 800 by 800. But for this demonstration, I'm going to turn that off. And below that, you got auto generate captions. Just for this example, I'll leave it on, but usually I'll go into another editing software and add in my own captions. Next up, we've got 4 images per scene. And what that means is if you have 4 images per scene, the AI will generate 4 images within the transcript of that scene. So if the text or the transcript isn't that long and you're fitting in 4 images, it can look quite hectic or it can look really engaging. But for this first demo, I will leave it with 4 images instead of 2. And next up, you want longer video. If you want to generate a video longer than say 30-40 seconds. The last time I used this, I tried it on and off and it generated about the same length of the video, but I will leave it on for now. You can also add a watermark to your video, and it says down the bottom here you need to connect your YouTube account to use the watermark feature. And I haven't done this yet, but what I believe that means is when you connect your YouTube account, it will use your watermark that you have on your YouTube account. And another really cool option is animated scenes. Now this does use up a lot of credits, but it really adds some engagement to the video. If you have the money to buy more credits and you probably want your videos to get a lot of viewers and engagement, then I'd recommend this. So you can have it so it animates the first scene only, which costs 35 additional credits, or you can animate all scenes. So if you had 8 scenes, for instance, that will cost you between 280 and 350 credits, which is quite a lot, but it would look amazing. And it's got some info down here. So the first scene only would be an additional 10 minutes to process that video, and for all the scenes it would be 10 minutes per scene, so 1 to 2 hours. So be prepared to wait for a while if you have animate all scenes on. So I'm happy with all those options. Let's generate video, and it will come to this video preview screen, and over time your metadata will appear, and edit video is something we can do after. And at the top it gives you status of how the processing's going and where it's at. So I'll come back in a few seconds and I'll show you the video. Okay, so that video took around half an hour to generate, which is a bit longer than the estimated time, between 15 and 20 minutes. Okay, so once the video has been generated, there are a few available options. First of all, you'll come across all the metadata, and the AI has basically filled out a title, a description, added tags and hashtags based on the video description and the transcript. Now, I wouldn't recommend automatically updating this straight to YouTube. I will come in and make this less AI, but it gives you a good idea on what to write, what tags to add, and hashtags too. So before we go into some of the extra editing settings, I'm just going to play the video for you so you can see what the AI generated and how it kind of looks. So I'll show you 30 seconds.
The sound of a clock ticking fills a dimly lit room as a man sits at a battered wooden desk, his eyes scanning a pile of overdue bills. The glow of a laptop illuminates his face, furrowed with determination. Rain taps against the window and he glances out, seeing his reflection superimposed on the city skyline. This is his world, small, constricted, but alive with dreams. He types furiously, fingers trembling from exhaustion, driven by a vision only.
So the first thing you might have noticed is the animation at the very beginning, and this is what we asked the AI to do. We asked it to create one animation. We didn't ask for an animation for every scene, as that would have accumulated to a lot of used credits. So for one animation at the very beginning, it cost an additional 35 credits. And actually having an animation at the very beginning is probably the best place to have it, because it captures the viewer's attention very quickly. And in this day and age, the first 3 seconds are the most important. And you also may have noticed that this video is 1 minute and 20 seconds long. And this is because I asked it, one, to be a longer video, and I gave it a long transcript. So the input that you give really has an impact on the output and the time that you get back. Okay, so Autoclips actually has a lot of options to edit your video, which is really nice. So if you go to edit video at the top here, you'll come across this page full of editing features. The first bit you come across is here, where you can change the voice of your video. So you have all the voices from 11 Labs. You can change the background music. So for instance, if I just wanted Another Love, I can click that and you can preview each one. You can change the language of the video. And under advanced options, you'll see there are more ways to edit your video or change it up a little bit. So you can toggle auto generate captions on or off. Autoclips currently only has one default option for captions, so it'd be nice to have a selection of about 5 or 6, a bit like Minvo. That would be really nice. So if I toggle that off, because I might not want captions, I might want to put my own in. You can add a watermark, which you need to be connected to your YouTube account for. You can also toggle motion graphics off, because sometimes that can be a bit heavy depending on what video you're trying to create. And you can change the narration volume. So you may have noticed that the narration volume for this video was quite low and the background music overpowered it. So I'm going to increase that. I'll turn the background music a bit lower. And once you have adjusted all those options, you can just click recreate video, and that will create a whole new video based on the options that you chose. If you go down a little bit more, you'll see there are individual scenes with multiple options. And for this video, I have 7 scenes. And the first option you have is that you can delete the scene. Well, I'm not going to do that because that can really change up the video. And just below that, we have a few tabs. So we've got narration, visual, images, motion graphics, and sound effects. And under narration, this is what the narrator speaks for this particular scene. So the sound of the clock ticking fills a dimly lit room as a man sits at a battered wooden desk, blah, 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 blah. And you can have up to 250 characters per scene. Now, you can come in this text box and add in text, or you can delete text. You can regenerate a prompt, so it might be similar, but it will be different. And then if we go to visual, this will show you the images that were created for this scene. So there is 4 images, which we did 1 instead of 2. And in this visual section, it actually has the prompt that was used to generate the images. And like the narration, we can come in here and add to it, or we can delete it. We can generate a new prompt and also generate new images. And if we go to this little character settings button here, you'll come across the character consistency settings. So if I toggle this on, this will allow you to reference an image. So you could upload an image of a person. You can change how high or low you want the character influence. So the higher you have it, the more likely that character will be used across those images. And this is a really good way to engage viewers by having the same person throughout the images. The next option is images. And if we go there, you can see that these are the images that were created. And I really like how when you hover over the images, it has some nice overlay effect, and that really adds to the professionalism of this product. And so what you can do is if you click on any of these images, it will come up with this little pop-up window. And here you can actually replace the image by uploading from your device. They also have a bunch of stock images. So if I search for rain at home, and it will come up with a load of stock images. Now, it doesn't say where it's found them from, but I'm guessing it's somewhere like Unsplash or Pexels. And all you have to do is click on an image, click replace, and that image will be replaced by the one you just chosen. Now, if we go back there, we also have another option, which is Autoclips. And this basically shows you all the images that have been created from all your videos. So I've created up to 10 pages here, and you can just filter through each one. And there's also a little search box here where you can search for an image that might be relevant to the one that you need. If we go to the next tab, which is motion graphics, and this can really add engagement for your viewers. So if you click the little drop down arrow here, there is about, I'd say, 20 that you can choose from, and they have some really nice options here. And if you choose any of them, so if I went to Fire New, it would actually give you a description of what that motion graphic will show. So Fire New, it says useful for scenes involving fire, from small flames to large infernos, adding a warm and dangerous feel. So depending on what the scene is about will help you determine what motion graphics you will choose for that particular scene. And I believe the motion graphic only shows at the beginning of the scene. On the next tab, we have sound effects. And every time on a scene you add a sound effect, once again, it'll be at the very beginning. It doesn't really give you an option to choose whereabouts in that scene it should be. But under the arrow, like motion graphics, you'll see there's about 20 sound effects that you can choose from, maybe a few more. And they have all the popular ones in here, which is really nice. And also underneath this sound volume bar here, it adds a description of the sound effects. So it says here, adds a sense of urgency or suspense, perfect for countdowns or tense moments. You can also play the sound effect, so you can get an idea as to what it sounds like. And you can turn the volume of the sound effect up and down. But it'd be nice to be able to choose whereabouts that sound effect actually comes into place for that scene. Now, all these options that I've just shown you, you can do for every scene, which is really nice. And once you're done, you just click recreate video, and that will generate the video based on the options that you chose. And this video actually cost me 70 credits plus the animation, which was 35. So overall, it was 105 credits. For a 1 minute and 20-second video, that's not too bad, and the quality is really good. Now, my only issue with this is when you generate a video beforehand, it doesn't actually tell you how many credits that it will use. But I found out from the founder that every video uses 70 credits at the moment because they're running a promotional offer, but after that it will be 100 credits per video. So you really want to add in as much info to your transcript as possible to get the best output from the AI, because if you give it limited input, you might get a lower quality video, or the video might not be very long at all. The other issue I have is when you edit the video and change the options, it doesn't actually tell you how much it will cost. So down here for like image generation, I just tried it out and it was -5, but nowhere did it tell me that how much it was going to cost. So if you are worried about how many credits it will use, or if you're quite low, there is no way of really knowing. Although it gives you a rundown here, it doesn't tell you at the editing screen how much it will cost for all the options that you have chosen to edit. Okay, so we're going to create one more video and limit the options a little bit, and I've just put in here in ChatGPT, create for me a detailed video story in 1 paragraph on emotional story. And I haven't read the whole thing, but it looks like it could be quite emotional. It's about a musician, and let's just pop that in here. And what you might want to do is come in here either at the beginning or at the end and add in some additional text. So I've put in, make sure the video is longer than 1 minute and it's highly detailed and engaging. Make sure there is an engaging hook at the very beginning. And this just helps guide the AI as to what you want the output to be. Now, there is no guarantee that the video will be longer than 1 minute. Okay, let's go to next and go through the next options. And this time we can maybe choose a female.
The years teach much which the days never know.
Okay, that's Sarah.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
Let's see what Laura's like.
Our distrust is very expensive.
Okay, I quite like Laura. She's very fluent. Let's go to next. And once again, you get to choose background music. And maybe you don't want any for this video, so you just go to no music. And we'll go next. Once again, this is my favorite area to choose style for the images to be generated. And playground's quite fun, so let's go with that for this video. And if I toggle this top one off, it would use V1, which you actually need your own API key for, and the quality isn't as good. They really need to work on that and also allow you to choose from various stable diffusion models, such as the more recent ones. And for this video, I'm going to turn motion graphics off because I want to show you how that works and what it looks like instead. Narration volume we'll leave as it is. Background music, it doesn't matter because we chose none. We'll keep high resolution images on. And character consistency, I think I will add in my own reference image to see how this comes out. Now, I've just found this image of the Hulk from Google Images, and you can change the character influence. So at the moment it's 75%, but say I want to see more of the Hulk, let's choose 90. Now, I have no idea how this will come out, but it'd be interesting to see. It might work better with an actual human, but they did demonstrate this with Iron Man and his suit, and it came out quite well. So let's see how that goes. Also generate captions. As they only have one option for that, I'll turn that off. And last time we generated 4 images per scene, so let's try 2. So when you toggle that off, it should just generate 2 images per scene. A longer video, I'll leave that on. The watermark, you need to be connected to YouTube beta, sorry. And animated scenes, I'll leave off for this one and save myself 35 credits. And this will also generate the video quicker when you have this option off. But of course, at the beginning, having an animated scene does add engagement. Okay, so let's hit generate video. And it will come up with this video preview screen, and it says the video will take approximately 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll come back in a few minutes and we'll have a look. Well, as you can see, it's already generated all the metadata, which is really nice. So you have an idea as to what the video is about and what the AI has found based on the video transcript. Okay, so that took around 10 minutes to generate, which is quite good. But obviously we have turned off some of the better settings. So let's have a look and see how it all came out.
In the heart of a bustling subway station, a lone musician struggles to make ends meet, playing his violin daily. His melodies echo the sorrow and hope in his heart, but the busy passers-by rush past, oblivious to his music. One rainy evening, a small girl stops, captivated by his music. She places her only coin in his case. "My mom used to love this song before she went to heaven," she whispers, touching the musician's heart. Moved, the musician begins playing with renewed passion, tears streaming down his face as his music fills the air with emotion. A crowd.
Okay, so the first thing I noticed is it captured the 3D effect or the character kind of effect of the kiddish kind of style. So it stuck to that consistency, which is good. The other thing it didn't capture though is the Hulk image I uploaded, and it absolutely caught nothing of that. And I don't know if that's because the video doesn't relate to anything as the Hulk would be in, or the image wasn't clear enough. Perhaps it doesn't capture those kind of images. So the character consistency isn't there for the Hulk, but for the violin guy, it seems to be there. The images are also very similar, but once again, that could be based on the context that I gave the AI. Also, one really annoying feature is the zoom in, zoom out after every kind of image is shown. And I understand that might add engagement, but when you have it for every kind of scene, it can be a little bit annoying. It'd be good to have an option to change that beforehand. The sound effects don't seem to be relevant to some of the scenes. Also, the transitions aren't 100% smooth. For most of them, they are, but not for all of them. So over in the edit video section, I just want to see if it did capture 2 images per scene. So if we go to images, it actually captured 4 images. So that's something they need to look at. And there's also this text at the bottom and the top in some of these images. And I don't know where that's come from, but that will need looking at. And also the images are the same for some of the scenes, for quite a few of them. So I don't know what's happened there, but that hasn't quite done what I expected it will do. But the good thing is it did capture over 53 seconds, so it took that into consideration, and perhaps I should have gave it a longer input, which might have gave me a better output. Maybe I shouldn't have added the Hulk as a character because it didn't get any of that. And of course you can come in and change all these images like I showed you before. I'm not going to do that for this video, but if we go to credits, and for that video, for some reason, it was mine as 100 credits. I'm not quite sure why, because I actually had less options than the previous video that I created. So that is a strange one. Okay, so you can see that these are my 2 most recent videos, and you can just go to your video section and play all your videos. I'll show you one of the first ones I created, which I thought was really nice.
Why do penguins waddle? Let's uncover the surprising science behind their adorable walk. Penguins have short legs and webbed feet, which make walking a bit challenging. But there's more to their waddle than just their legs. When penguins waddle, they move side to side. This unique motion helps them conserve energy, especially in their cold habitats. The side-to-side movement shifts their weight and reduces the muscle effort needed to walk, making it an energy-efficient way to move. But penguins don't just waddle, they also slide on their bellies. Another energy-saving trick to move quickly across the ice.
So as you can see, that's a really advanced video, which I actually uploaded to a test channel that I was using, and it got over 800 views for the first video that I've ever created. And I really like this video. So that's an example of kind of what you can create effectively in Autoclips, and that was using most of the advanced features plus animation at the beginning. So in my personal opinion, I think it's best to just put on all the extra features apart from animation, which will use credits a lot faster. and you will get a better output for pretty much the same amount of credits used. So Autoclips has two ways that you can get support. They have an active community on Discord, which I'll show you in just a sec. And if you click the bottom chat bubble here, you can actually ask for help. And I have tried this a couple of times and they are responsive, so that's really good. And if we just go over to Discord, you will see here they're quite active and they've just added some announcements about their LTD that they're running at the moment, a new one that's coming soon. So if you do want to buy Autoclips, now is the time. And I'd also leave a link in the description below. It is affiliated, but it would really help me out a lot if you buy through that link, and it comes at no extra cost to you. Okay, so they've actually done some recent updates and they've actually added a Reddit Stories demo. And if I click this play button,
Who's the dumbest person you've ever met? I knew a guy who shot up peanut oil to slow the flow of blood to his brain to keep him in a constant state of being high.
that's something new that they're going to implement soon. They also have a change log, so that's fairly active. And I believe Sarah and Zeev are part of the Autoclips team. And over the past few weeks, there have been quite a few bugs and issues which they are active at fixing. Although sometimes they don't get back straight away, they are looking and they are implementing actions to fix these bugs and add features. And if I go to feature requests, you can see that some of these are from a day ago and up to 20 days, and then bug reports. So there's a few, but not too many. But I'm hoping from the video that I've created, which I will send to them, they'll be able to fix a few things and implement some additional features, which I think are necessary. Autoclips also has their own YouTube channel and they have 355 subscribers at the time of this video. They haven't uploaded any long form videos in a while, but there are some examples here, and the character consistency one is probably one I should look at a bit more. They also upload a few shorts to show you kind of what videos can be created. You can also get some inspiration from here. One of my main issues with Autoclips is when you create a video or when you edit some of the options, it doesn't say how much or how many credits that will use. And I think that will really help us make a decision on what options to change if we knew how many credits that would use. From what I've read and heard, it looks like there are a lot more features coming from Autoclips, and they also have a roadmap. And it's quite a simple roadmap, but here you can see what they've done and what they're looking to do. So there's fake viral chats, which I've seen on TikTok, and they're quite popular, getting thousands of views. Realistic documentary videos, which will be a popular one. Various aspect ratios, longer videos up to 10 minutes. I just can't imagine how many credits that would actually use. Another kind of issue I have with Autoclips is if the AI generates a bad quality video or one of around like 30 seconds, that will still cost you around 70 to 100 credits. And once that's gone, it's gone. So it would be nice if, you know, like say Vado AI, you can choose how many seconds and the AI will do its best to generate a video within those amount of seconds. Okay, so let's talk about the pricing of Autoclips. So they've got three options. You can buy yearly at minus 30%, you can buy monthly, or you could buy their lifetime packages. And it says here, this deal is limited to the first 30 customers only and will close permanently afterwards. So you want to get in there quick. Now they have two packages, the Essential and the Pro. So for the Essential, you get 4,000 credits per month, and that equates to roughly 30 to 40 videos every month. And what's really nice is unused credits roll over forever, and you get the same features that you get for the Pro and Essential, such as automated video creation, monetization, realistic voice, consistent character, etc. The one you'll probably want to look at is Lifetime. And this is exclusive deal for the first 30 customers only and will close permanently afterwards. So you want to get in here quickly so you don't miss out on this amazing offer. Now, for the Essential, it's $297, and that's a one-time fee. And the big one is the Pro for $497, and that allows you to create roughly 70 to 80 videos per month. So if you're a regular user or you upload videos regularly to your social media platforms, you'd want to go for this one. And monthly, you'll be looking at paying $39 a month and $69 per month. And these prices are quite competitive in regards to other AI video generators. And the fact that unused credits roll over is a massive bonus. Okay, well that's all from me for today's video on the review for Autoclips. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other reviews. Also, let me know in the comments section what you think of Autoclips, and let me know if you think there's any better AI video generators out there. I'll be really interested to hear your thoughts. Okay, I'll see you on the next video.